Have you ever been so mad you want to blow someone's head off? What about blow something with a rocket launcher? In today's video game, you can do all of these things. I'm going to talk about the violence in these games. Things people have done after playing these games, and the other explicit material these video games. The two games that I'm discussing are Grand Theft Auto and San Andreas, the Saint Rose 2. I'm going to start off by discussing the violence involved in these video games. These newer games are very realistic. Killing someone in these games closely resembles a real murder. Children should not be allowed to play or view this type of violence, but many do every day. In an article of Nintendo Life, a group called Mother Against Violence says that children are not to blame their parents. Parents are. This statement is very true. Parents today may be involved with their children the way they should do. Yes, they have to work and a million other things, but one should at least try to make time to know what their children are into. Another type of violence in these games is gang violence. Gang violence is promoted both Grand Theft Auto and the Saints Row. The farther one gets in the game, the more people you can recruit to go on missions and do various activities, which mostly are crimes. Gangs are a major problem in many cities, in which they target children and young teenagers. Those playing games like these could confuse a person not mature enough to know right from wrong. They could see all the wrong things in the games and think that it's right. The next topic I'm going to discuss some of the things people have done associated with these video games. There have been numerous accounts of violence in today's society associated with violent games. I read an article on Askville.com on June 25, 2003. Two American stepbrothers, Josh and William Buckner, aged 14 and 16, used a rifle to fire at vehicles on Interstate 40 in Tennessee, killing a 45-year-old man and wounding a 19-year-old woman. The two shooters told investigators they'd been inspired by Grand Theft Auto. And in an article I read on StateMasters.com, on December 2007, a Russian man was beaten to death over an argument on the MMORPG Linger 2. The man was killed when his group and a rival one challenged each other to a real-life brawl. We as people should want such violence to stop, but we will not see a change until more parents are involved with their children more. Last, I'm going to speak about other explicit content that these games contain. If you walk into a room while someone is playing these games, your head might spin to hear all the vulgar language involved in the game. It is somewhat outlandish. The games are basically programmed to say and do certain things. For instance, if we bump into someone to the game, they are going to curse you out. Even if you listening to the music, these games songs contains vulgar language. I read on Sville.com they went far as putting vulgar language in some of the commercials. On the radios in these games, you are driving a car. In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, there is way you could pick up a prostitute. I read in a review on GameSpot.com, if you in a car, you can pull up the side, one and blow the horn, and press the right button. She will get with you, and I know everyone can figure out the rest. In certain countries, the game is banned, and they will not allow anyone to be able to purchase this game. I just shared with you the violence in these games, crimes associated with these games, and other explicit content involved in these games. Kids who are not mature have problems separating the games from reality. Be mindful of what your kids are playing and who they hang around. You should never know whether they are headed down a path of destruction, all because they're friends of a violent video game.